This video is powered by LearnToPlay.live, the only hardware synth performance course. Register now and enjoy 40% off. So, who is LearnToPlay.live for? It's for the explorer who wants to discover new sounds. It's for the performer who dreams of taking their music to the stage. And it's for the dreamer who simply wants to translate the music they hear in their head into a reality. Whether you're a seasoned producer looking to unplug from the computer, or you're a complete beginner drawn to the hands-on feel of hardware, you belong here. Welcome home. So on the desk, we have a few items. What we have is the mixer, the EPM8, and on the EPM8 we've got a few things engaged, meaning the 1010 black box only stereo output, and then a battering ram kick coming out of my modular system with a nice case that Morph Modular has sent to me. Morph, thank you very, very, very much. This case, absolutely awesome, it's absolutely amazing. I can just like fold it up like so, and then you can take it on the road. It's amazing, so that's cool. So this case is a new one in the arsenal. And then we've got a MIDI fighter sitting right here. Now the kick coming out of the battering ram, let's listen to what that thing is doing. That's the kick. Doesn't do anything. Let's first make a house beat, yeah? The way we're going to make our house beat today, it's very cool because we're not going to trigger loops. We're going to go for the sequences. So on the sequence page, you can see here, there's all these different slots, and in these slots we can record certain things. Now, you know, it's running, as you can see. So now it's not running, and now so I'm just going to engage it by hand. So this one runs. So on this first sequence, let's listen to what we have in terms of samples. Nice, recorded in. I'm liking that because I want to make a sort of like Afro-driven house beat. The BPM is 120, which is fairly slow, but we're going to make a slow house beat today because I want you to really focus on the kick drum, okay? Now, the kick drum, obviously, let's lower this. There's nothing engaged on the battering ram. At the moment, this is how it comes out of the box, right? There's a few things that we have. We've got drive, we've got decay, we've got click, and then we've got the depth of the click clicks being the attack, and then the pitch, obviously. So you can lengthen the kick like so, and then pitch it up, and then make a different kind of house. Understand what I mean? So there's a lot possible. So what I'm going to do for this house beat is going to look at the way I want to just like play my kick drum. First I'm going to go into the sequence and mute it. It keeps playing. So I'm going to clear it, just clear it. So I'll clear it. You can engage these clips to play. This is my kick. First, I'll think for a house beat. Am I satisfied with the BPM? No, I'm not. So I'm going to go in and say, shall we go for 125? Let's go for 125. Okay, 125 BPM. That's what we're not going to change anymore. So let's listen. First, I think I need a longer kick because it's very short at the moment. So now it gets a little bit of, you know, a little bit of substance. This is what I call the belly of the kick. Now I'm going to look at the attack. So I'm going to add in a little bit of attack, which means that the sound consists of different elements, as you can hear, right? You've got the attack. This is the letter T. T, T, T. And then opening up the decay would change this letter T for terrific into the letter D for dance. Let's make it short. Let's give this attack click here, let's give it a little bit of character. So now your kick becomes a little bit heavier, right? Now, this is a good starting point because I would now like to play stuff in, which is what I'm going to do looking at the sequences. So Ooh, that's nice. Now, I don't want to overcrowd this little thing here, so I'm going to instantly go to a different one on which I'm going to play a hi-hat, open hat, something like. Nice. And since I'm already there, let's go in and say, let's play closed hat. I'm going to take it out of record because I want to hear what the closed hat plays. Nice. Okay, cool. Cool. Okay, what else have we got? What kind of sounds do we have? Let's listen. It's a bit on the loud side, so I'm going to go into the sound and say, no, I don't do that in the mix page. In the mix page, I'll turn that down. Nice. Since this is a very characteristic sound, I will go for a different sequence and play that in also. I'll leave it for later because that's going to get boring for me. Okay. Something in the mid-range because we got low end and we don't really have anything playing in the mid-range. So we just play a clap in or a snare in like this. Boom. Very simple on the 2 and the 4, but we can play it like this. Nice. And all the while now I'm thinking this is kind of a groove that I like. Let's start looking at our kick drum here. Let's do that. Oh, I'm liking that. Cool. Yeah, I'm liking that. I'm liking it. Taking it out of record. Orientating myself with what other sounds I have. That long sound was a bit loud, wasn't it? No. Okay, instantly I'm going to go to the snare. I'm going to say, let's mix that down also a little bit softer. Nice, cool, I'm liking it. A little bit of drive. A little less on the click. Woohoo! Bam, bam, bam. And with a little bit of bass, a little bit of bass. Yep, I'm liking that. Now I heard there were chords also. First I'm going to go into the mix page and turn them down because I know they're very loud. Woo! This is a happy accident. I wasn't supposed to record it, but I did. See. Nice, okay. So we know that our snare that we got here, let's record something else in here. Nice. So I got my snare sitting over there. That's also cool. This pattern here, I'll clear it and I will record that snare in. Nice, okay, I'm liking that. Taking it out of record. And now let's see what we can do with these. just go in and do something to that sound, this sound, I will go in and say pitch. Or I can go to the keys and say, nice. Let's see what we can do. Okay, let's try something. Did we record it into something? No, we did not. Let's go in here. Ooh, nice. Okay, now what we're gonna do, I'm gonna go in and say, maybe I will shorten this sample. So I also go in, one shot. Yeah. Oh, nice. I like to keep it fairly short. Okay, play a little bit with the effects. Yep, nice. Now I'm going to filter it down. Go in, bam. Again. Well, I'm going to play something extra. Bam, bam, with it. Find another sequence. Bam. Nice. And now I can make that sound a little bit louder. Bam. Nice one. Cool. Okay, now that I've got my house sort of like Afro beat going, now I will look at what the kick is doing. Mute this. This is the tuning of that organ sound that is playing here. Off, 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 off and off. So now you got kick is a bit on the high side, but it works with this beat. Okay, I got my bearings. I think I can do better with the drums, right? What we've got here. I think this head also needs to be shorter. So I will go in. Same thing. Oh, I'm liking it. Kick drum. Give it a little bit of character. I don't want to make it too loud. Well, this is a house track. This starts, the bigger your kick is, the bigger the track is going to become. You hear it? And there's a relation between the kick and that sound. So if it's muffled like this, meaning the filter is down, then obviously we keep everything nice and calm and beginning of the night. You know, this is not something you'll play big time. But if you want to make it into big time stuff, you have to go in. Woo! Go in there, go to the filter. You hear what I mean? Woo, nice. Nice. Let's record this in. Oh, so nice. Okay, on this one, I'm gonna play something with the closed head. Ba-bam. Ta-da. No. Let's avoid playing it on the same thing as where the open is playing. Nice. Longer kick, maybe. So, with one simple sound and some drums, you can go a long way. Let's put a little bit more effect on that sound, because obviously this sound, it's a little bit, you know, it needs to have a little bit more character if it's all by itself, by its lonesome. So, gonna go in, effects. And now, the trick is to play around with the filter on the sound. We're gonna go in, play around with the filter on the sound. So as soon as we open the filter up, we also go to lengthen the kick. Now, check what's gonna happen. And again. Nice. So this is how you build tension on your house beat. And again. Nice. Bam, 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 bam. What else can we add in our little drum arsenal? Now that we've got a different sort of kick playing. What's this? I don't hear anything. Bam, tap, tap. And again, open up the kick. Now you can even lock this pitch of the kick, but I did it in a very melodic type way. You don't have to pitch the kick in the direction of the track. You don't have to do it. So if I'm gonna go and just treat the kick as a kick without thinking of melodies or whatever, I will just like pitch it down. And see where that frequency is that hits me in the gut, you know what I mean? Because you can hear it, here is more of a short feeling. And now we're gonna go for nice. Bam, bam, bam. I'm liking that. Okay, let's open up the sound again and play around with it. It's fairly simple. Nice. Woohoo! resonance on it. Nice. I can even say like, okay, you know what, I love it, but I need the kick to be a little bit more pronounced. You know, it's 4 in the morning, I'm playing, and everybody before me has been playing very energetic. Let's just go in and, you know, raise our sleeves and pick it up. So we engage the drive type knob, which means now when this is red, red means danger. Now, red means power. But this will work if your speed of the track is higher, right? So even this beat being house as it is, you can speed it up to be something else. So if we're gonna go to the tempo, say we were at 125, let's go to 132. Now it makes sense to have a bigger or more aggressive kick, obviously. So there you go in. Nice one. Nice, liking it. And I'm using this decay knob to create breakdowns or just drops. You know, I don't want to take it out because you know, you can take it out on the mixer, but it's best to just like keep it running. Go back in. Straight fire. So you see how these different elements can relate to one another. Let's go back and retrace our steps. Right? So I'm gonna go in and say, so. Now you all of a sudden see that the sound, you know, the effect is a little bit much, so you're gonna go in, effect, go into the sound, say, now once you master this routine in what it does on the different tempos and the different intensities and how relation between the sounds work, this is the magic that you need to just like get under your belt. Because when people say genre, being old school, I don't really relate to stuff as genre. I relate to stuff as how intense is the sound, how fast is the BPM, and that determines on what stuff does on a sound system. It really works like that for me. So yeah, it's techno, yeah, it's tech house, yeah, it's this and that. Walking around for close to 40 years, I've seen so many different genres. To me, literally, it's whatever happens on the dance floor and whatever happens on the sound system. And those two can change. I can play a deep house record at a techno party if that is what the vibe dictates. Vice versa, I can play a techno record at a deep house party if the vibe dictates that. It's all to do with adrenaline. And the adrenaline lies within the fact that you can speed it up. Now I've done it, so you heard it. But this can happen over the course of a whole night. I can be there at 10 at night, and at 4 in the morning, I will pace myself going from 125 to 132, which was not a big step to make. Think of Dawless or hybrid production as a masterclass in focus and improvisation. we will delve into concepts like the power of looping, creating compelling journeys from simple rhythmic phrases, tactile sound design, shape your sounds with your hands and not with a mouse, live arrangement, building dynamic tracks on the fly. This isn't just about making music, it's about connecting with the flow of creation. It's about finding your unique voice through a more intuitive, hands-on approach. My personal journey through countless gigs, studio sessions, and my own Analog Kitchen YouTube adventure has taught me that the joy of music comes from the process itself. It's about building a relationship with your instruments and ultimately with your own creativity. I'm incredibly excited to share these inside tips and tricks with you. We will explore techniques that will not only help you make music, but you perform it and you will truly feel it and live it. Thank you again for being here. Get ready to experiment, to learn, and more importantly, let's create. Now let's go and make some noise.